The fate of Shenmue is in your hands now.
As we get closer and closer to the release date of Shenmue 3, I get more and more concerned about the state of it. This game was announced in June of 2015. Holy shit, I did not realize it's been that long. So Shenmue 3 was announced in June of 2015, almost 4 years ago. The project received over $7 million in crowdfunding money, okay? That's not counting any kickback that they probably got from Sony and also got from Deep Silver, their publisher that they partnered up with through the project's lifespan. So what has Yu Suzuki and his team done after all of this time? Well, here's the problem. We really don't fucking know. The project has been delayed, and we have been drip-fed screenshots and small information over its lifespan of development. I don't really think that they've kept up with the updates that they had promised, and I've seen a lot of people combat this point with, I don't really want to know too much about the game. I want to be surprised at the end. Here's my pre-order, Sean Murray. Can't wait to pick up No Man's Sky day one. With all of the crowdfunding money that's going into this, I would at least like to know what mechanics the game offers, what features the game offers, and I'd like to see a little bit of gameplay 4 months before its release. You can talk a big talk and say all you want. We've seen in the past with previous other game developers that doesn't really work so well. Take a look most recently at Anthem's recent launch, a game that was supposedly in development for a decade. Look how well that turned out. I'm gonna piss a lot of people off with this, but I gotta just be honest, guys. Where the fuck is the game at? At the time of recording this video, they just put out a press conference with Yu Suzuki where it's kind of this glorified PowerPoint, and there's one point that I want to mention. I just kind of skimmed through this video. It's an hour long and it's really kind of drawn out, but the guy kind of says something that I want to elaborate on.
That is a forklift. Can I get a yes?
Yes!
Never did I think I would get so excited about forklifts until I started playing Shenmue.
This guy beats off to forklifts. What a loser, right? Not like I do that or anything.
There are other categories that are not on this slide, but for just the purposes of today's session, we're going to keep it condensed to 6. Point is, there's a lot of stuff to do in Shenmue 3. Which is awesome.
What? No, don't move on. For the sake of time, guys, we've been waiting 4 years. Tell us what's in the damn game. So, again, if you guys are lost here, we're going through this hour-long presentation, which is a glorified PowerPoint that's basically just showing off graphs of what the mechanics potentially are, but they're not really elaborating on it too much. Guys, it's been 4 years of development, and the game comes out in like 5 months. Show us some gameplay. Give us some real examples. The only gameplay we have to base our opinions off of right now is a really awkward trailer that I actually compared to some of the older gameplay, and spoiler, the older gameplay actually looks a little better, and these screenshots that almost look like they're pre-rendered. But I'm sitting here right now and I'm sure some of you guys watching this could probably open up Photoshop and do a better job of this for free. So I mean, we're really getting no real world examples of what any of these mechanics are that he's talking about, and this extremely worries me because this is the exact same path that people like Sean Murray with No Man's Sky took when they were talking about the game. They didn't really elaborate on anything. They just told us, oh yeah, there's going to be these features and it's going to be great and there's so much content. And then you get into the game and it's a wonky mess. So let's take a look at some of these screenshots here and kind of elaborate on this a little bit. There's just something that's really, really awkward about all of these screenshots that I've seen for Shenmue 3. Look at the way Ryo is standing in this screenshot. It just looks kind of awkward. I guess you could say visuals and art is subjective too, but honestly, there's just something that looks a little weird about these screenshots and the art to me. It kind of has this cartoony look, especially when you get close up on people's faces. What the f*** is that? What is that? And I really don't know what it would take. I'm not a game developer, but I don't know if this is the lighting that's doing it or the color palette, but it just looks... We gotta download the screenshot real quick, because... Oh, what the fuck? Oh, fuck! I'm looking at one of the screenshots where if you played Shenmue, you know this is where you perform various actions, whatever. But look at this guy's face, man. $7 million budget. I'm gonna put some of these screenshots that I'm gonna take of these people's facial animations and facial expressions and compare them to the original game. I can't convey like a serious emotion by looking at these guys' faces. There are some visual elements that kind of interest me, like how he's over here by the water and you can can see the little shop set up on the side. I think the lighting looks pretty nice in this, and it doesn't look too bad, but again, he just kind of looks like he's doing this awkward animation. And then there's this screenshot of the arcade, and I really like the idea of being able to go in and seamlessly interact with these buildings and stuff, as you would expect from a modern game, but nonetheless, it does look pretty nice. Even if you have good visuals and good visuals of the environment just from screenshots, if you've paid attention to any failed game development over the years, you would know that this stuff is not hard to fake and make look better than it really is. If I had to summarize everything that I've seen in Shenmue 3's development time into a single word, I'd have to say it's goofy. And that's gonna piss a lot of people off, but that's just how I see it, man. This game has been in development for 4 years. It comes out in just a couple of months, and we haven't seen a single lick of gameplay. All we've seen is these awkward pre-rendered animations and these awkward animations frozen in time through these screenshots. And here's the thing, I'm not doubting Yu Suzuki's ability to direct a game, because obviously the first 2 games were very breathtaking and innovative for their time, and they paved the way for a lot of future games. I feel like he knows what he's doing on that front end, but maybe he's getting a little too ambitious with the team that he has on hand. I don't really know if he has the developers capable enough to put out a game of this magnitude or of what he really wants to see. Because I gotta be honest, man, I mean, budget and everything aside, you can have the talent and make a low budget game that still performs very well and is very convincing. I just got done making a video on the original Metal Gear Solid talking about how even with the lack of things like facial animations, the game conveys this really vast set of emotions through sound design and voice acting and just the overall environment. And I really don't feel like this game is nailing any of that. But then again, we don't have any gameplay. I have nothing to go off of other than what I've been presented, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm not really here to compare the old 2 games, like compare Metal Gear Solid 1 to Shenmue 1 and 2. But what I'm saying here is that not only in other games, but in Yu Suzuki's games himself, there's been plenty of games that set the standard, set the groundwork.
Hey, I just gotta tell you, you look fabulous.
Something must have crawled up your ass and died, you miserable motherfucker.
The budget and the history behind the game is no excuse for what the final product's going to be. If this game comes out and it's, for lack of a better words, shit, then that is a result of him as a director or his development team or everybody as a whole. I want you guys to keep in mind this is a budget of over $7 million. Where's this entire budget went? Because I'm not really seeing it in the graphical fidelity. I'm sure as hell not seeing it in the gameplay because I've seen none of it. The only reason I'm making this video is because I'm just hoping that Shenmue is good. Somebody please tell me I'm missing something here. Please tell me there's some gameplay that I haven't seen that's just posted somewhere that I'm overlooking. I hope that I have some longtime Shenmue fans that are watching this video that can kind of enlighten me on what I should be expecting from this game. I mean, what is your stance on this? Are you a backer? Are you concerned or irritated that you really don't have a lot of information after waiting this long and backing with your own money? Or are you somebody that's in the camp that's more of like, I don't really care how the game turns out, I just want a conclusion to my story? I'd really like to hear some opinions down in the comments. If you guys would like to talk about that, please somebody tell me. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see that Metal Gear Solid video that I made recently, I really recommend checking it out because I think it turned out pretty well. If you want to check out any of my content, you can. My social media links, Twitter and all that is down there. But most importantly, I would really like to know what you think of the situation because this is just kind of polarizing to me. But yep, that's all I got, guys. It's been C. This is kind of a more simple video. Hope you enjoyed. I'll hopefully see you on the next one. Bye.